Our chapel is right next to the hallway where the emergency room is, so we hear all the code blues. So there's a certain privilege to being with these people who are really vulnerable, who are sick.
You hear the helicopters come in, and you're praying for the patient that needed that helicopter, the people that are taking care of them. And you hear all the gurneys going, like the stretchers being wheeled from the emergency room to whatever unit the patient is going to. And you're praying for the patients on the stretchers and the people that are caring for them. I think the work of prayer anyway is just like this hidden force of grace. You don't see prayer usually, but it's there.
We can really be praying. We hear code blue called, we can pray. I mean, very often we're in chapel when we hear that. So I think it's a powerful thing that's sort of a hidden leaven.
Sometimes I'll hear people laughing in the hall, and I'll think, how wonderful.
You know, we might have staff members that don't even know there are sisters at the hospital because they've just not been in areas where we work or been working on the day when we've passed through. One day they might know, that we've been praying for them all along, but I think that's part of the work is just so much of it is hidden.
For a patient, I pray for you every day. So, and I can honestly say that. And it's special, and there's a healing that comes with that.
It's not about us, but I think it's very powerful when you realize that people are praying for you.
I think it brings a peace.
We all have different apostolic works within the healthcare system, though, and I just happen to be a physician.
Patients can be a little bit surprised when they find out a sister is their doctor, but I do hope in the end, and I think for a lot of them, it's actually a really comforting thing.
So they're aware ahead of time that we're religious sisters, so they're not entirely taken aback. Having said that, it's always maybe somewhat unnerving for people coming to see a sister doctor sometimes for the first time. I think when they meet us, they realize that we're very down to earth, that we're very, we're just seeking what's best for them. And people quickly open up and often form a relationship.
Hi, can I do it? It's up to him who I meet, who I visit on any given day, and he's always with me. And I offer to pray with them if they want. If they don't, then I would say, well, we're all praying for you. My special propensity is toward crabby people because I like to get them to smile. Like the more ordinary, the better.
The service of praying for the patients, which we take very seriously, that's the heart of our life, obviously. And many people will write or come back to us to say, thank you so much for that presence. Thank you for your prayers, because that meant so much. To see you or to have you pray with me meant so much at the time of my illness. So I think in general, that's the heart of who we are in the healthcare system.
The most powerful thing about living in the hospital, and that I wish everyone in the hospital knew, is that in a way we're living here for you.
So we see the ER, all you have to do is walk out the door and there's the ER, but we don't actually use the trauma bay.
Probably the most challenging thing is getting my mail, so.
The south entrance was still under construction, so there was a big wooden boardwalk going all the way through the ambulance bay. And so we would come back from Sam's Club and be pushing all of our groceries through the ambulance bay to get in.
Surprisingly, we have made it a home. So it doesn't feel like I'm always on call, for example. It doesn't feel like I'm always on the job. We really have done a good job making it a home for us.
It gives a lot of meaning or reassurance back to us in our vocation to be able to be so intimately connected with our work and in the place where our prayers, we hope, are effective for the patients.
The greatest love is when you can just give your whole self for something, and that's what we do.
Many shall see and hear, and shall trust in the Lord, and be thy Lord, God's place, his trust in the Lord.